What's going on, everybody? This is your host, Edison, with the Questionable Behavior Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at _QBPC. Also, give us 5 stars on all podcast apps and anywhere that they allow stars. We got a special episode. We out in Miami, Florida. We got Prez P in the building. Say what up.
Yes, sir. What's good? What's happening out there? It's your boy Prez P, Dade County Zone, man. We here. Thanks for having me.
We're going to start off, first of all, what do you feel about, comparisons? Like, if someone compares you to another artist or whatever, like, some people take offense to that. Other people are, take it as a compliment because you're being compared to someone great. So what do you feel about that?
I rock with it. It's like somebody's opinion, too, so I gotta respect it, you feel me?
Yeah.
If I remind them of something, I just want to see what it is just to check, because I done got a few crazy comparisons before.
What's some comparisons you got?
People compare me to Currency a lot because I make a lot of smoking music.
Right.
It's like laid back.
Mm-hmm.
I done got Snoop Dogg before.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I done got Devin the Dude before.
That's the one I was gonna say right here. I had that on my nose. I was like, remind me of Devin the Dude.
It's dope because I definitely grew up listening to all 3 artists. Yeah. You feel me? So it's cool to catch when people catch those same similarities in you, because it mean you got something in common with someone dope like that. So I rock.
Especially like Devin the Dude. That's like one of the few artists that's done songs with Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
legend.
So tell me about, like, you dropped 2 albums this year.
Yeah.
One was kind of like you said, more of the high vibes and smoking music, and the other one was kind of like more R&B type of like baby making music. So tell me like, what was the idea behind those 2? Was it were you always trying to launch like 2 different vibes in that year, or how did you plan that?
The year ain't over yet, so y'all gonna catch more vibes for sure. But with my music, I always got like a plan with most projects. You know what I mean? With Prezi, it wasn't too much of a plan. It was like more of my manager Gutta, my boy Jordan, who does my A&R. Mm-hmm. They was just like, yo, you got a lot of songs that we feel like you need to just compile into a project. You know what I mean? And from there, we started with probably like 4 or 5 of the songs, and then I started recording a couple new ones just to fill in the vibe way more. Mm-hmm. And after it came out, up until this day, like a lot of the songs on there, people feel like it's like big singles, like some of my best singles so far. And that kind of was the goal, to just give them a few like real dope records, but a good mixture of them. You know what I'm saying? And then with Smoke Session, shout out to my boy PB Large. We got songs in the stash. Like, I grew up with him, so the studio's in North Miami. Whenever I'm around North Miami, I'm always at his studio. So we was recording a lot of stuff, and 420 was coming up. You know, it's like, come on, we gotta give the smokers something. So we just put that together. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just drop that.
In one of your songs, you said "Smoking saved my life."
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
I feel like if I wasn't a stoner, I'd be getting into a lot of different things. Like, living in Miami is crazy out here. Like, you can do so much. And I do music and weed go hand in hand. And most of the time, if I'm not doing music, I'm just cooling. You feel me? And I feel like being away from doing certain things, just vibing, smoking, being around different people, the people that it brought around me. You feel like
it keeps you kind of calm, and it doesn't let you go.
Yeah, it don't let me go like left with anything. And like my mind, I'm always thinking different than other people too. So I feel like it's definitely attributed to the weed. You know what I mean? Like, it opened my mind a different way. So it changed me. You know what I mean? It made me a different person for the better. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's a lot of stigmas with it that comes along with it. But
now it's getting better. I mean, it's just weird now seeing, like, when just only a few years ago you're hiding everywhere. Yeah. Now it's like you're lighting up everywhere.
Bro, and the people that smoking with you is crazy. It's like, damn, like,
everybody now smokes.
It's crazy.
People that I know never even looked at weed have a weed pen.
You know what I mean? Like, lit now, because they know the benefits of it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many benefits of it, and just mainly just keeping a level head. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that saved me, because I was already nonchalant. Now I'm like nonchalant, and like I think differently on how I move and the things that I choose to do. So I figure, give it to them like that, give them something real, because they just think it's just you getting a high and that's it all day.
Right.
It's deep, and it's
much
life
deeper
changing.
than that. It's not just you're not just getting high to just get high.
That stoner lifestyle is different, man. Like, it could change you up. You know what I mean?
You posted something on Instagram that caught my eye, where it was basically talking about how people just put out an image, and like right away people believe, like, oh, that's what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people, like, they're trying to get, everybody's doing everything for a follow, for a like, and whatever, instead of for like a real, true human connection. So how do you kind of strain away from that, from just trying to, like, look good on Instagram, but instead make like personal connections?
I definitely try to like contact people that rock with my music. Like any fan of mine that ever DM that they like something, I take it deeper. I ask them what they like about it. You know what I mean? I try to get to know them because the more people you know, it's like the better, I feel like. And I just like to just have that personal basis with almost everybody that I come across. At least if I can have a quick conversation with you, I take it deep. Like I will have a real convo. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave something with you, and I'm going away from you with something too. You know what I mean? So because we human, bro. It don't matter what goes on. Like yeah, I'm an artist. I done did so many things, been so many places, but I'm no different than you. You know what I'm saying? Like we definitely probably have things in common, and I just try to find those things in everyone that I know. So it's just like it's natural to me now at this point. And usually, you know, as an artist, you gotta like kind of stray away from that sometimes because it's not always a safe situation, like getting to know people. So I know like the more people that I do know, the more I know how to deal with people. You get me? So I could kind of peep people vibes now. It's different. So
was it something that like you worked on and you were just like talking to people and all that and made you more comfortable
like
just talk and vibe with everybody?
I've always been like a people person, you know what I'm saying? And then now I make music for the people, so I gotta have a connection to the people, and I gotta be able to like relay what they feeling into the music. You know what I'm saying? To make them relate to it. So how else could I do that? I can't just be on Instagram looking at your Instagram like most people are not even the same, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not even the same person.
So when I see you in person, you're gonna catch me and I'm gonna be able to talk to you. I ain't that type of person where it's like I'm unreachable, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm not unapproachable. I may look unapproachable, you feel me? I might be with a whole bunch of goons or something, but yo, like you still could pull up and holler at me, you know what I'm saying?
So you do a lot of community work. Even now, we're sitting here at one of your friends' places, Roots Collective, which is a big community spot, and people get work done here. So tell me about like the community work and what you're trying to do and give back to like the younger people.
Like being from here in Miami, like I always saw people giving back since I was growing up. Even like street dudes, like even like even athletes, like all the athletes that came out of here playing football and basketball. So like I know it's my role as I get older, I gotta be able to give back to the young people that's coming up, that's growing up in the same streets I was running around in. So a place like Roots is dope because we always have the open doors here, you know what I mean? It's always open doors, always love. And that comes right back to you. If you give, it's gonna come back, you know what I mean? So that's really always been important to me. Like I've done a shoe drive a few months ago for back to school. Shout out my boy Fat Boy Marley. We put that together. Christmas time, we was giving out toys with the XXX Foundation, and that was right there in Miami High where I went to school at. So it's just always a good feeling to give back to the same people because we coming from different walks of life, but like I said before, like everybody got something in common, and it's really love, bro. So you gotta show love to get love. You know what I mean?
Right. Put positive energy out so you get it back to you. Yeah. So a couple years ago, you were featured on XXL magazine as like one of the Florida rappers to watch out for. You were on a list with Kodak Black. You were on a list with Denzel Curry. So tell me about that feeling, and being on that list that important.
Man, that was a dope vibe too because it was shining the light on the city in a good way where a lot of people weren't familiar at first, you know what I'm saying? They might not have known me. Some people might not even known Kodak at that time or Denzel. But like I said before, we all grew up right here. Like I knew them guys before the fame. I done been around them before the fame. So to be in a list with them as someone to watch, it just made me feel like everything I was doing was actually working. Because in this this indie vibe that we got going here, like this underground scene we have in Florida, it feels like sometimes like you're not gonna make it out. You feel me? Like nobody's paying attention. Like the world don't see what we got going on, and then
something like that comes down and kind of gives you like
it's a crazy
almost
spark.
Like a relief in a sense. Like what we're doing is actually the right thing.
Like it's moving and somebody paying attention, and now more people paying attention. And like since then,
someone like Puya, for example, that came from here, he's underground as hell. You know what I mean? So like he made it huge from like a really underground and different vibe completely.
Literally, like Puya, we come from ciphers with Puya. You know what I'm saying? Like pushing each other in ciphers. So like to see him now doing all these shows around the world, you feel me? Like it's big and it means a lot, and it lets you know like anything's obtainable as long as you have like
seeing someone like that you work with made it over there
so close. You know what I mean?
It makes it seem like all right.
And it keeps happening. It keeps happening. There's so many dope artists coming out of Florida, and it used to be like coming out of Miami. But now it's like every city in Florida's got some popping artists. So it's dope, man. I feel like we got enough power as far as like a scene and like just the scenery alone in Miami, and then like the people, the culture in Miami, like the diversity we got here, it's enough to be just as big as Atlanta is right now, or as California was at one point, New York was at one point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely, it's
So just from like our conversation now, it seems like you guys work together over here. You guys push each other's lives.
Even
whatever.
if it's not even on songs or collaborations, food, like we all rock with each other and we know each other outside of the music. So like you'll see like at somebody's show, like I went to London for Curry's show. I was in London at the same time he had a show. We there with him, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just.
Did you go for the show specifically, or
I was out there? It's my birthday, and I was just in Europe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he had a show at the same time, so I hit him and we pulled up.
Yeah.
Just like with Ross, like Rick Ross was in New York at one point. It was just a DM, and we was at his show. You know what I'm saying? Like Florida people really do stick together. It do feel like they my cousins, like you know what I'm saying, like a distant relative, because we so much alike. And then yet different at the same time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's because we Florida boys. It's just, you know.
Hold on, let me stop this. All right, so we were just mentioning Rick Ross, and Rick Ross actually basically co-signed you, right?
Yeah.
He went on Drink Champs.
Drink Champs,
yeah, and then he shouted you out. So tell me about that first of all. You know, Rick Ross, he's another legend. You
He's
know,
a real one. He's solid. Like every time I get around him, it's always love. Sam Sneak, his DJ, he grew up right in the same neighborhood as me too, like a couple blocks away, really. So just the fact that he mentioned me amongst other artists, it was big because, like I said, like just coming up in the same place, like Miami won't have that many OGs that's in the music industry doing it big where you could look up to them and want to be like them. You know what I'm saying? And Ross is definitely one of those people. So to get acknowledgement from him was big. Yeah, definitely big.
So would you say like this generation of artists, you know, the people you were just mentioning along with yourself are pushing the scene and collaborations a lot more than previous generations in Miami specifically or in Florida?
You could say that because it's more artists, you feel me? It's way more because
Than before.
Before they was doing it like Khaled did his thing with Pitbull and Flo Rida and everybody. They was together for sure. But I guess now because it's us, like we younger, it's way more artists now, you feel me? And definitely people collab way more. Like, yeah, it happens on the higher scale now.
So
It just got to get to that popular music level, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once that happens, that's when it's really like, Florida here.
So your song "Hit Me Up," I thought was one of the best in that album.
Yeah,
I have that on my playlist right away.
Yeah,
what would you say is like one of your favorites that you made in this year, in these two albums? Yeah, your personal favorites.
Damn, bro. Ayo, What Happened? You saw that video for Ayo, What Happened?
No, I didn't see it.
That's the last video I dropped. That was on Prezi. That's like one of my favorite songs. I always play that shit. Yeah.
Do you listen back to your music and try to like catch like either something like and try to fix your style or try to fix something for the next song, or like do you like listen back to your songs with that type of focus?
Yeah, hell yeah. To get the flow better, like more tightened up on the next joint, or like take something I did before and like revamp it when people don't even notice I revamped it. You know what I'm saying? Like definitely, you gotta go back to your old stuff. Like I always check like the numbers on my songs and see what people was feeling the most,
right?
And try to like to
Kinda
give them a
do
newer version of
right.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like if something's popular on a certain album, you try to like kind of in a sense
definitely.
remake something similar.
I might make a whole album with that vibe. Yeah.
So what got you into the vibe that you have now? You know, the smoking vibe and whatever. Because I feel like in Florida, there's a lot of different types of style of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what made you kind of go into that lane? Was it just like how life is for you? Or?
I think it was like just traveling really. Like I went to a lot of like, I've been to a lot of places so far. And at one point I hadn't traveled at all. You feel me? Like I've been to Haiti like when I was young because that's my descent. But like besides just going up and down Florida, I hadn't really traveled too much years back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I went to LA and Seattle and Amsterdam and New Orleans.
Started opening kind of your mind.
Yeah,
and everything.
it kind of fixed like a lot of things in my head about life, like things that I probably would have never noticed just staying home. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it taught me too, because everywhere I go, I hear different kind of music. Like being in Austin, Texas, doing like festivals like South by Southwest, you see so many different kind of styles in just one weekend of music. So it's like you got to come back with something. And every time I came back, it started with just the beat selection. Like I always like every album we start with the beats. We don't go straight into it. We just think about like what sounds good together. You know what I mean? And then we just jump on them. But it's just about building that sound.
Yeah.
It took years, and it's like I think it's traveling that really opened my eyes to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if you hear a certain sound, you're trying to like, oh, I can work with that kind of thing.
It kind of influences you without knowing.
Right.
Like when you end up liking something that you hear or that you see,
It opens your mind.
Yeah, it just switches something off in my mind. I don't know, and I catch vibes like that.
Yeah. So do you work with the same producer a lot? Like because like your 2 albums, like I said, are 2 different vibes. So who produced both of those?
Prezi, it was a lot of producers, but on Smoke Sessions, there was one producer, PB Large. And these new albums that I'm about to drop is kind of the same, where it's like one's a mixture, and then I started linking with certain just groups of producers. Like it depends. Like I try to just make with one producer, but then it ends up I get so many vibes, and I just put those on one project. But I like linking up with one producer mainly though, because you could develop a whole new sound with just one person. Yeah.
So you just said you're gonna launch something this year.
Yeah, I might have some tricks.
Are we getting an exclusive or what?
Yeah. You might. I might have something on the phone I can play you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So we might get some exclusive. You know, when this episode launches, you might hear something new. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
Tell me about the Job tour.
Yeah, me and my boy Bones. Shout out to Bones. He's an artist from Miramar. We did a song called Job. And like literally since this came out, we've been performing it every night. Like it's been so much shows, like every weekend. I say every night. I'm tripping. Every weekend, you know what I'm saying? We've been performing it. And we just came up with the plan to just hit a couple cities in Florida and take it on the tour real quick. Cause we got vibes. We got a lot of songs that's just fire. Like Bones got so much music and I got so much music, and we just wanted to open the doors to the other artists in the city to just get on it too. So we about to go on tour November 1st. Yeah,
that's when it starts.
Yeah.
How long is the tour gonna be?
It's a 3-date sound so far. We got Miami, Tampa, and Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna take it further after.
Now, since you were just talking about traveling and you went to all these different cities and got different vibes, you definitely have a plan to go international and go perform somewhere.
Yeah.
So what's the plan, and what cities would you like to hit?
I definitely, like a goal of mine, I want to perform at the O2 Arena, the one in London.
Okay.
I want to go out there. I want to go to Europe, bro. That's like my biggest goal, is like to just tour the world that way, like outside of America. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to go out. Like I done did shows in Bahamas a few times, and that just being in different places, like catching a flight to go do a show, like out of the country. That's the wave. I just want to travel, bro. Like Europe,
just that feeling
Australia,
of like
Africa.
My music is bringing me here.
Yeah,
kind
definitely. Because
of thing.
it's worldwide. Like the internet make it so much more like easier to extend yourself, like to take your music further. And having fans overseas, like you got to be able to touch them. They want to see you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't ever get chances to come here, just like we hardly get chances to go there. You know?
Right.
So yeah.
So, Show Drive. What is that? Gotta edit this out. Camp. Oh yeah, you have your group is the Camp, right? That's like your group of.
It was like the homies at first. It was like a group.
Is it
of my
still
friends.
the same brand, or is it? Still,
it's the Camp, Pandemonium. That's the crews. Like we all grew up together right here in the city. And at first we was rapping. It was like 7 of us rapping.
Okay.
And we went crazy. We had a good buzz growing. And at one point we just took a step back from it and kind of separated. And it's like 2012. Since then I just been putting out solo stuff. But
right.
It's still the Camp all day. They're my bros. But now it's like more of a collective.
Yeah. Everybody kind of has their own individual thing, but at the same time doing stuff together, kind of thing. Yeah. So what's like the next big move for you? Would you say? What's your next goal? Your next stepping stone to something higher?
Shoot. I don't know, bro. I can't even gauge it right now. Like it's
just
so
focus
crazy.
on like what's coming up next.
Yeah, like
Job tour, and then you'll see what kind of.
The thing is with this music stuff, like you could plan up until a certain point, and as soon as you present it, it just could skyrocket to a whole nother level where you weren't even thinking. Like just like with the
you had a certain plan and something clicks.
Yeah,
and it's like
even with like the movies and stuff, like the songs that I got in movies, all of those things happened, and I didn't plan them.
Which movies?
I had a song in Moonlight.
Oh, really?
Play that funk, yeah. And I didn't expect it. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't plan that. You
Right.
can't really do it. I just do the music and I see what the where it takes me. You know what I mean? But definitely, like in this next year coming, I definitely got to get on these tours. I got to get out these, get out the city more and like
Right.
travel more and just see different things in this that this life got for me. You know what I mean?
Well, hopefully we'll see you in New York soon.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
I
when
love
we'll get a vibe.
It's so crazy. I used to think I would hate New York until I went there. Like New York is crazy.
Yeah.
It's a packed city. It's a lot going on, but it's dope. Every time I've been there, it's always been dope.
Something
vibes.
comes up, right?
Yeah,
I feel
always
like
dope vibes.
because I feel like every time I go with a plan of like making a connection in New York, it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
Because
Yep.
someone's always out any day, and then like certain times I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna go with something random, and then something comes up. It makes you want to keep going out there and keep going.
You'll
and working
be out in
and
New York
meeting
till
people.
4 a.m, just still out. You don't
Right.
even know where you're going. Like
Just finding the next thing, like from the
Yeah.
one thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
New York is lit.
So tell everybody, first of all, give all your shout outs. Tell everybody where they can check out your music, where to follow you, all the good stuff.
You already know. You can hit us up at thecampsite.com. You get everything Prez P, all the merch, all the videos, all the songs, everything. Search me up on all your streaming services, Prez P. Hit Google, hit YouTube, look me up.
Just Prez P.
Yeah,
That's it.
PREZP.
He's
Look
Googleable.
up the camp. You gonna see it. You know
Yeah.
what it is. We here. Shout out to the camp, Pandemonium Group. We lit.
And hopefully we'll get a nice little exclusive at the end of this episode. I'm still gonna try to convince him now. Maybe getting a little fucked up, and he'll send it by accident. Let's see.
I might send that. I might airdrop something to you.
All right, everybody, make sure to tune in to the Question Will Be Able podcast. Give us stars everywhere, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I always forget that one. All right,
Subscribe.
exactly. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. Everybody.
Hey, me and Johnny got it locked for real. We was chillin', now we poppin' like prescription pills.